Hello everyone, nubkeks here, and welcome back to Nub Raids, where we've got the Path of Spring, probably the most complicated path we've had so far. And for a fusion that, let's be real, I think like 80–90% of people are skipping anyway. But hey, here we are. Why is this so complicated? Well, as you will see, we've got 4 sets of fragments for the epic for this fusion, and every single one of those is hidden behind keys. And then we've got keys sprinkled around here. At the bottom, we've got a 5-star soul for the fusion. There's quite a nice portrait, actually. Portrait avatar frame, which is cool. And yeah, some other stuff in here. So there's a lot going on. Let's break it down for you. Let's go. Oh, slight spoiler there for the red path. But yeah, first of all, the red path. What path is this? Bam. This is your go and grab the soul. That's it. Simple enough. I want the soul. I don't care about anything else. Let's say you hypothetically have collected the epics, but you pulled an extra copy from void shards. You don't need the fragments to complete the fusion. Likely you do. You likely need 2, but you're picking up 2 keys along the way, so you can just like hop out and unlock a couple. I do the 2 in the middle, by the way. Pick the 2 in the middle for the speed glyphs along the way. You can add on the points if you want. Anyway, blah blah blah. 76,000 points plus 250. So there you go. You can obviously change your direction at the top if you wish. You can also feel free to flip this, mirror it, and you could go down the left-hand side with the same route or similar route if you wish, and you're good. I will also point out down here, I would personally probably just grab the big coins. It's only 250. It's not a big deal. It's 500 points more. But there you go. It gets you the 5-star soul for him. In terms of overall cost, 5-star souls for 50,000 is kind of standard. 26,250 points then to get to the soul to actually buy it in the first place isn't too bad in terms of these paths. So it's expensive, but it's kind of what you'd expect, and it's on the lower end, I think, for overall cost. Like sometimes you can be spending 100,000 to get the 5-star soul. So it's okay. Not amazing, but it's okay. Now, the bigger question is, do you want or even need a 5-star soul for Lysanthir Beastbane? He definitely loves the soul because he needs accuracy, and he's a damage dealer, defense based. So he wants the 3-star for defense, 4-star for crit damage, the 5-star for accuracy. So yes, he loves all of that stuff, but it is very expensive. As I said, probably 90% of you skip the fusion, so the soul's not super useful if you skip the fusion. And yeah, even if you are going for the fusion, I don't know. For me, this is a pretty tough sell unless you're definitely planning to use him and you think that he will be a core part of your strategies, in which case you might never get a 5-star soul for him again. 5-star souls are very tough to get. It's very expensive, but there you go. Let's actually talk about the cost. So how do you get points? Dungeon divers. Getting artifacts and accessories. So this is, again, getting gear from campaign or dungeons. Does not count Forge or Cursed City, that sort of stuff, or Live Arena, I don't think either, anything like that. So it kind of, again, it's a terribly named, terribly labeled thing in the game. It's because it's just inaccurate. I can get artifacts from the Forge. Doesn't count. So you're lying. Thanks. Anyway, there you go. Bunch of points there. It won't be too many, I would think, but it will supplement a good bit. And then you've got summoning from shards. Now, one thing to note, I did compare this to blindingly white spreadsheet. So this was the Fabian anniversary path. Now, on this, we could see that primals were actually 2,700 points. They were extra. This is the 1,800 for primals, which is more standard. 4,500 for sacreds, 750 for voids is standard. Ancient shards at 450 have been boosted a bit. So yeah, compare it to the Fabian event. And Fabian event, ancients are only 300. They're 450 here. So primals are not boosted like they were for Fabian, but ancients are. You got to watch out for these shards. They tend to change the points for these between different events. So it's slightly better in terms of ancients, slightly worse in terms of sacreds. I mean, if we break down some stuff, if I clear this out, if we go, what's it, 70, what did I say it was? 77,000 something? I said 76,250. Yes, if we go 76,250. If we do that with purely ancients, it would be 169 ancients. Let's say you probably get that down to 150 ancients with some dungeon divers. And if we go with the, what's it, 76,250 divided by 4,500, it would be basically 17 sacreds. Again, you probably get that down to about 15 sacreds. And again, 76,250 divided by, how many for void shard? 750. 750 for void. you're looking at 101.6 void. Again, you probably get that down to about, I don't know, 90 voids or something like that. It's very expensive. I personally, I'm not going for the soul for me, but I do need to do this for the fusion, and that's where it gets even more complicated. So, how do we get through this in the best way possible? There's a few different tricks. So, the first, not the red path, the pink path. This is your biggest trick. Again, you can mirror these if you want, and you can choose whatever you want at the top. I've gone for substat charms and energy, but you can flip it if you want. Rank charms. Now, here's the thing: we want to come down here. We want to grab the key, but then you want to come through the middle, right? So we want to grab the 5-star speed glyph. That's one of the better rewards in here. I mean, it's only 5-star, but still, it's useful. Open up this lock and then grab these fragments. This is the route you want to go for your first fragments, because this is going to get you down. You're going to bypass these expensive nodes and get access to the other keys. So that's that. After that, I would then recommend going and you grab this key. So come over here, grab the key, and then I think this middle one is probably the next best. It's a 4-star speed glyph, but I think that's pretty okay, actually. I'd rather have a 4-star speed glyph than a 5-star different glyph. So there we go. And this is also cheap as well. And if you've done all the other events, you're done. There you go. That's it. Job done. You've got your 50 fragments the cheapest way possible, I believe. Correct me if I've made a mistake here. Like I said, this is complicated, and you're good. Now, if you skip the summon rush and skipped another event, for me, I think I'll be skipping probably Ice Golem is coming up. I'd like to skip that. What about these other ones? So this depends a little bit. If you only need as you can see, this is where it gets a bit complicated. So we've got one more key down here. If you need all of the fragments, we'll do this, right? So we'll come and we'll grab this key, and then you need to come the whole way down here to grab these fragments. We need to go the long way. Why? Well, for the final key, we need to do this. We need to grab the final key and then come over and grab this. Obviously enough. If you only need 75 fragments, let's say, Nub, I'm doing Ice Golem, but I skipped Summon Rush. Or I did the Summon Rush event, but, I want to skip just Ice Golem at the end, or I want to skip Artifact Enhancement at the end, what have you. If you don't need this key that's sort of out here in the middle of nowhere, then you can just go straight and do this path over here, path number 2, and you can skip all of this. So grab this key, and then bam, you've got 1, 2, 3 keys for your 1, 2, 3 fragments. And that's going to be the cheapest way. If you need the 4 fragments, again, you have to come the long way and grab this key. Now, if you do, worst case scenario, let's say you do the pink path, done the blue path, you grab the key, and then you do the short one, and you grab these fragments, and then you go, uh-oh, I need these fragments. You start down the teal path, and then you go, oh, I've encountered a lock. You'll simply need to spend 6,000 extra to grab this chaos ore. Then grab this key over here. Then you can unlock and grab the fragments. It's not the end of the world, but you're basically, it's an extra sacred plus change in order to do it. So it's just worth watching out for. So just be careful. And there you go. We start adding all this stuff up. How much does it cost? So let's actually go through it one by one. So for your pink path, this is the most expensive part, obviously. That's going to be 25,000 to come and grab this. When we add on the blue path, that is going to add on an extra 7,000 points for the key and this. For the teal path, that's going to add on 11,000 points, which is, again, it's another big chunk. It's grabbing this key and coming over here and setting us up for success with the green path. The green path, which is 7,500, because we need to grab, again, a key plus this part over here. The total to grab all of these fragments is 51,250. And again, actually, if I clear this out, let's say you only need pink and blue. Actually, I can do it in my head. It's 32,750. So if you've done the summon rush and you could get you're doing all the other events, you could get away with 32,750, which in terms of sacreds would be 7.2. Again, it's probably about 6 sacreds plus a bit of dungeon divers. So that's not too bad. You'll do the dungeon divers doing Ice Golem. So about 6 sacreds, kind of what you'd expect. Now, if we do all the fragments, so you're doing this all with Summon Rush. So 51,250. We divide that by 4,500. You're looking at about 11 sacreds. And again, you can probably easily enough put that down to 10 with a bit of campaign or dungeon farming. So, yeah, kind of standard. It's kind of like 2 summon rush events, right? If you skip the other summon rush, you're doing this. Yeah, it sort of works out sort of as you expect. For the sake of doing it, if we do this, and we divide by 450. With ancient shards, it's 114 ancients. Again, you probably get that down to 100 plus some dungeon divers. So it's sort of like, yeah, 2 summoning events with ancients combined into one. Sort of what you'd expect. Or if we do it by the void shards, 68 void shards. Tough to save up that much for obviously an earlier player. It's sort of like, yeah, again, 2 void events combined. And of course, you can mix and match the shards. That's probably what an earlier player will have to do, mix and match a bit to do it. Ancients are actually decent for this one. And yeah, there you go. What is my plan? What am I going to do? So we put all the paths out there. Here we go. For me, like I said, I skip Summon Rush. Let me actually bring up the fusion plan. Here we go. We've got the fusion plan. So, there's 450 fragments in here. I skip 25 in the Summon Rush. And I could either skip 25 here, and yeah, I could skip like this whole left-hand thing, which is basically 11,000. I could skip a couple of sacreds worth and a bit of dungeon divers, a couple of sacreds, a few ancients. I could skip that, or I could do this whole thing, apart from the red stuff, obviously, and I could skip Ice Golem. I will honestly, for me, I'll probably skip Ice Golem. I will probably skip Ice Golem and Summon Rush and just do this whole hero's path. I've got the shard. I've got plenty of shards. Oh, the game's going into maintenance. Well, I've got plenty of... maybe it's not in maintenance. I've got tons of voids, ancients, and sacred, so I'm feeling pretty good. And for me, by the way, I will be waiting to pull shards for... I think I'm going for Sunday. So I'm going for the dwarf guy. Now, I guess one risk would be if I pull the dwarf guy on my first shard, be a bit awkward. So I don't know, maybe I'll pull a few shards on a different day. Maybe I'll pull a few shards on Saturday, and I'll pull a few shards on Sunday, just in case I hit the faction unity early. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Is it a huge deal? And I'm not really expecting to hit them, so it doesn't really matter. But that's just something to watch out for. But yeah, for me, I'm going to skip the 5-star soul for him because I'm not certain I'm going to use him. Too much, honestly. I'm just really collecting for the sake of it, and it is very expensive. I think I'd rather save for future events, but it's a complicated path, but it's not too bad, actually, in the end. And there you go. Again, my recommended order would be doing the middle stuff first for speed glyphs, and it's cheaper. That's the way to go. And then just do the cheapest one with your 3rd key if you need it, or if you need all 4 keys, you have to go the long way to grab the key, and then just grab the things. Yeah, you get the gist. That's it. That is the path. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I think most people are skipping this fusion, so most people are going to skip the path. I guess it's worth mentioning. I guess you do sort of the red path. Yeah, like if you're summoning for these events anyway, I guess you do the red path or whichever. Again, mirror it if you want to. Pick whichever brews you want. It doesn't matter. Get down here, and then you could, grab a mythical tome. You could grab an eternal soulstone is good. Grab the portrait. There's some fun stuff at the bottom. Yeah, that's probably what you would do. Yeah. Anyway, look, guys, there you go. It's a complicated path, but hopefully this has helped and made things a bit more clear. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.